proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, here we go again. I wasn't sure I was making this video so soon, but here we are. Buckle up, because this will be a journey. Our journey through Peter's vlogs from the last 3 days. So, welcome back to the official Peter Monn reaction channel. Yay! And here we go. I will post the vlogs in chronicle order because that's the only way to make order out of things, I think. We will be talking about the super thanks, Reddit posts, email, stalking and harassment, and threatening his viewers again. First, I will show you a clip of a vlog 3 days ago, and he is talking about the super thanks. So here we go.
The unbelievably, first of all, there were so many comments, and since then I've gotten so many DMs and emails from people, but the comments on yesterday's video were just overwhelmingly, I mean, just so much love and kindness and support. So many of you guys sharing things with me. I actually got, like, I've heard other YouTubers talk about this, but very rarely do I ever get them. Quite a few people sent me super chats last night, which I thought were super thanks. I guess super chats are for live streams. Super thanks. Oh, I don't have my reading glasses on. I wanted to thank the people that did it. I don't know if I can see. I can't probably see the name, so I'll have to do that tomorrow. But I just want to thank you. Don't ever feel like you have to do that. And I got a couple cameo bookings where people were like, you don't even have to do the cameo. I just wanted to send you some love. And I was so sweet. But all the comments on there that people sent me and all the love and sharing stories of what you guys have gone through, whatever, I just, you know, I said this in my vlog yesterday and I meant it. It's like, it really shows the quality of people that you guys are. And it says so much about you and has nothing to do with me whatsoever, you know. And I'm a big believer that when you're willing to turn your wounds into wisdom to help somebody else, that's genuinely acts of kindness, you know. And that so many of you did that and shared what you were going through and had lost cats and dogs and things like that, and it was really helpful to read. It made me feel not so all alone.
So the next vlog we're going to watch is from Saturday, November 1st. It is a really long clip. I will pause it every now and then and have a commentary in between. But it's a clip about 20 minutes long, so buckle up, have a snack, and here we go.
I had a really hard time falling asleep last night. So, I actually, I don't really want to get into this a whole lot, but you know, like, when Petey passed away, I said that we got a lot of negativity and harassment, and then there was, like, a small group. First of all, I just want to say, the amount of love and support that I have gotten from you guys is just overwhelming. So before I even get into this, which is literally, like, 10 to 20 people, I don't even want to, but I just want to say, the love and support that I've gotten and Alex has gotten is just, like, unbelievable. I mean, it's so kind, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. It means the world to me. So, I got 2 emails from people last night, and
by emails, he means a Reddit post on his snark pages.
The first one was not as harsh as the second one, but the second one was like, I mean, the language was really nasty. And it was like calling me like the C word, and I just was like, I'm really unsure about what this is. And both of the emails were about, okay, supposedly, so the reason I'm talking about this is because when I said that I was getting a lot of harassment when PP passed away, the people that don't like me were like, that's not true. That never happened. Okay, well, this is happening. So apparently, I mean, you can't even make this shit up, right? Apparently, you know, on top of, like, I asked for people not to send me things. I don't want to be sent stuff, okay? Unless it's like, you know, anyway. During, you know, Boo Radley being sick and me being so stressed out about that, apparently these really kind people, they're really kind, good people that are pointing out what a shit person I am. Their focus was on the fact that they thought we were abusing our dog and tagging PETA and things like, tag PETA. I would love for PETA to show up on my dog, on my doorstep about my dog. Maybe they could have done something that we couldn't have done for our dog, you know? But that's apparently, okay. They could have also talked to our vet that we were working with extensively. But then to allege, while we're going through that we're abusing our dog, like, that's pretty sick, you know? Number one. Number two, then to speculate about, like, ooh, I wonder if Alex is going to leave Peter when Boo Radley passes away. Like, once Boo is gone, do you think that Alex will leave? To speculate about somebody's marriage during that time, like, that really shows what a good, kind person you are, right? Okay. So then I got these emails, and the emails were like, I mean, the first one wasn't as nasty as the second one, but they both were like, it was brought to my attention. The first one said something. The other person said, there's all this evidence out there, basically, about the fact that on my first video that I came back the other night with Boo Radley, hold on a second, that I talked about Boo Radley. I don't even know what the video was called the other night. I think it was called Saying Goodbye. So apparently on the Saying Goodbye video, which was when I came back, and it was after taking a day off. Apparently I haven't taken enough time off either. You know, because apparently it's other people's place to dictate my grief of my dog and how I'm going to process it. But, so apparently on that video, the rumor is, well, it's a lie, is what it is, okay? That then this lie is used into saying that Peter is a horrible person, but there's no truth to it whatsoever. People ask me all the time, they're like, why don't you address these things that are put out? I mean, I get DMs from people all the time, they're like, you should address this, why would I address something that there's absolutely no bearing in truth whatsoever? Period. There's no bearing in truth whatsoever. So now, apparently, there is this group of people that are talking about what a horrible, I mean, I was called the C word by one of these people, okay? You are a disgusting, despicable C, is what I was called in an email while I'm grieving my dog, okay? And the reason I am is because on this video, I turned on super thanks and begged for money, is apparently what I did. But that's actually completely not true. There's no truth to that whatsoever. First of all, there's not one place in that video ever, or in any of my videos for the last, it's like out of focus. I feel like this is out of focus. No. There's not any place in that video, nor in any video, probably in the last 30 days, let alone the last year, or maybe even longer, where I've ever begged for money in a video. Please point that out to me, okay? Number one. Number two, this idea that, I mean, there are people that, like, apparently are swearing by this, that I turned on super thanks specifically for that video, basically saying that I was using the loss of Boo Radley, okay, to generate money from people. And I even said in the video the next day, I said, several people gave me super thanks. I really, really appreciate it. So for those of you that do not know, super thanks are, it's a thing that you can do on YouTube where you can tip people, basically. You can send them a tip, okay? Now, what's interesting about this is, when I kind of looked into it to see where the rumor started, I was like, well, this is interesting because the person that's starting this is somebody that's literally watched every single vlog of mine, that takes notes on my vlog, that's going back watching like vlogs of mine from the, which I think is weird enough anyway, that you would know details about things that I talked about 8 years ago that I don't even remember talking about. Okay. But they go back and they watch all these things very specifically. They watch the comments. They talk about comments on my vlog. And yet you even have people that you're talking to that have left me super thanks 2 years ago that support you. And yet you didn't catch that I've had my super thanks turned on for over 2 years? But we're going to paint Peter in this really horrible light and say that he's using his dog to make money, okay? That I'm using my dog. And then I'm getting emails from people because of the information that you're putting out there. I'm getting emails from people while I'm grieving my dog. And I did nothing wrong, okay? Calling me a C word, a despicable, disgusting C because of the information that's a complete lie that you put out there. That I turned on, not just one person, but numerous people are putting that out there, okay?
I was also one who said he put his super thanks on, so that is my mistake, and I am very, very sorry, Peter. Please forgive me for this mistake.
That I specifically turned on the super thanks so that people could send me money. I thought it was very nice that people tipped me, but in all honesty, I think I made maybe $30 on that video from people tipping me. I thought it was nice, but to insinuate that, right? To have discussions about, and this is where people were like, Peter, that was never true. That nobody was saying that nobody was harassing you over pee-pee. And I'm like, well, here we are again, and people are saying that we abused Boo Radley. People are saying I better never get a dog again because of how cruel I was to Boo Radley. People are speculating that Alex is going to leave me now that Boo Radley is gone, that's the only thing that was keeping us together after 16 years of marriage. To all these people that they have no relationship with their kids don't want to talk to them, they can't keep marriages going. I mean, okay, but, and this is where I realize that, like, I'm not in this, right? Like, this doesn't really have any
Everything he's saying now is straight from all the Reddit posts. I will flash them throughout this video over his clips so you can see it. So there are no emails, there are only Reddit posts. Well, maybe there are emails, but what he's talking about now is just Reddit posts.
Have anything to do with me? It really doesn't. Because I know who a lot of these people are. You know, I know where they work. I know who their family members are. I've seen all that stuff. And they're really sad people. I feel for them. I really do, you know. Some of them have lost children. Some of them have lost spouses. And I don't know what it is about me. I don't get it. I don't really think it's about me. I think it's about their own sad, miserable lives, okay? So
what he is doing here is talking about people he doesn't know. He just read some posts on the Reddit threads, and he is saying that everybody who has some opinion, good or bad, mostly bad, about people are sad, miserable people. And that is not a good way to look at it. But let's hear what he has to say next.
So what I will say is this, that I hope that, well, first of all, let me say this, okay? So you can go in here and you can look on your, YouTube analytics. You can go underneath there under comments, and then you can, under comments, you can put super thanks underneath there. So I'm gonna go way down to the very first one, since it's being insinuated that I turned these on all of my channels. They've been on for years on all of my channels. Nobody, just very rarely does anybody tip me, but it's nice when they do. Like, for example, you can see down here, like, let me just give some shout outs here. Like Official, Handsome, Big Adventures, Sherry. You guys are so nice. I really appreciate this. Curious Beauty, Gladys, Emily. That's all from just the last 24 hours. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But a month ago in my video, Another Really Long Talk, Corinna tipped me. And that was really nice. And you guys can go look on that vlog, Another Really Long Talk. And you can see, okay? And then from a long talk from 4 months ago, Stella tipped me. You guys can go over there and see that one. The Perfect Weekend, Red Rider tipped me. Let's Explain, 5 months ago, Erica tipped me. I mean, it goes back and back and back. This Hits Differently, my unsolicited opinion. That's from 1 year ago. Here's from Becky. That's from 1 year ago on the video Warning. 2 people tipped me on that video. Malta and Becky. That was really nice. So let's go back even further. Emily tipped me. Oh, that was really sweet, sweetie. A year ago on my ER visit, she tipped me. Hello Kitty has tipped me a couple times. Cheryl's tipped me. Oh, here it is. Here's from 1 year ago, vacation vlog day number 2. Terry tipped me $4.99. Thank you, Terry. That was really, really sweet. So you're fully aware that those super chats the super thanks have been on for well over a year. Charlotte, here's Charlotte. She tipped me 2 years ago, and then this happened. That was really sweet. Becky, oh, that was 2 years ago. Oh, here's another one from Terry. Terry tipped me 2 years ago in my video, One More I Love You. That was from 2 years ago, Terry tipped me. So my super thanks have been up for over 2 years, okay? My super thanks. I did not turn those on to benefit off of my dog dying. And yet, y'all want to create a lie like that. But really what it does is it diminishes your credibility. And people want to know why I don't address things. Why don't you address the fact that somebody saw you driving in a car? Because I haven't driven in a car since the day of the accident. And I don't plan to ever drive in a car again. And you're not really hurting me by saying that. You're hurting other people out there by saying that, okay? Why don't you address the fact that people say you don't have a master's degree? Why don't you, I've shown my master's degree in videos. They say it's fake. I could call the school on the phone. I could get transcripts. They'd say that's fake. What's the point? The reason why I'm addressing this today is because there is a small group of people that dislike me so much that do not believe that this kind of mentality is harassment, to literally say, to create these lies during a really sad period of my life. So
he is saying 2 things here. First, harassment. Well, Peter writing on a fora, writing on Reddit, or having an opinion and voicing those opinions on a YouTube video like this, for example, is not harassment. It might be annoying to you, but it is not harassment. And the second, he is saying that if he is grieving, you cannot say bad things or have negative opinions about him. That is a new rule. That is your rule. But I think there is some freedom of speech here, and we can say whatever we want whenever we want, and you grieving has nothing to do with it. I said in my last video I was trying to give you grace, but then the super thanks happened, my mistake, Again, I'm sorry. But that doesn't mean I can say things about you and have opinions about you. But let's continue.
What I will say to those people is this. I feel really bad for you that you have had really horrible days of sadness and misery in your life. And that there is obviously something going on with you that I have nothing to do with, but I am the one that it's easy, it's easy to point to me. To take it there. I don't know. It doesn't have anything to do with me. I wasn't there when those bad things happened to you in your life. I'm sorry those things happened to you. I'm sorry if on that day I didn't give you enough attention. I'm sorry if on that day I don't know, didn't upload a video, or that day I said something about, I don't know what it is. But I'm sorry that those sad things happened to you. And secondly, what I will say to you is, on those really bad days that you had, and in the future on those really bad days that you have, because the point is always to paint a picture of what a really horrible person I am, but I wouldn't do that to somebody on their horrible. I wouldn't do that to somebody.
Yes, you would, Peter. That is what all your drama channel is about. Have you ever watched your videos on your drama channel back? Because those are not the nicest videos to make about people. But it is hard to be on the other side, isn't it? To be the one who has videos and Reddit posts made about him. And are not only positive. So yeah, this is you being on the other end now.
On their horrible days, I wouldn't. So what I hope for you, because I'm not somebody, I cannot live with anger and hate in my heart. I just can't. Maybe that's a safe place for you, but that's not a safe place for me. That leads back to me being miserable. It leads to a drink for me. I can't do that. So for you, and I do know who many of you are, and I have seen the things that have happened in your life, and I feel for you, I do. I don't think it's any excuse to treat another human being that way over an opinion that you have about somebody that you've never met online. I just don't think it's really fair. So the second thing I'll say is that I hope that on your worst days that you've had, or your worst days going forward, that the world grants you more kindness than you've granted me. I hope that for you. I hope that the world grants you more kindness and more grace than you've granted me during several of my moments, during the accident, during losing pets, during several things in my life. I hope the world is more kind to you and more compassionate, because that's what I think we need more of in the world. So, and third, my super thanks are open. They've been open for 2 years, and I appreciate y'all for tipping me. I do. That's nice. It's nice. I really appreciate that. They've been open. They've been open on several of my channels for 2 years, Do I wait for my apology? I don't think I'll probably get one. Nope, they'll just turn it to the next thing, just the next thing. It's whatever. It's whatever. This is why I don't address things, Because people bring things to me and I'll say something to Alex, and Alex is like, why would you even address, there's no truth to that whatsoever. Why would you even address it? I'm like, that's a good point, But the reason why I am addressing this today, the battery stopped. So I'm addressing this for 2 reasons. Number one, because when PP passed away, and all this stuff that I've gone through, people said, oh, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, whatever. So that's why I'm addressing it. Number one, but this is a one and done. I'm not continuing to do this. There's no reason to, right? Like Alex said, why would you address it when there's no truth to it? The second reason why is because I am somebody that believes in remaining teachable. I don't think that I'm the teacher in this situation, and I don't think I'll ever get through to these people. I don't. I think that, like I said, I know somebody that absolutely despises me has a really horrific anniversary coming up next week. I would never say anything to you, but I wish you the best on that day. I hope that your day is full of memories and love and light, and yeah, why would you wish that on something? Why would you ever go to that dark place, Years and years and years ago, I remember watching this Oprah, I've talked about this one out here actually, and it was when, you can look it up, it was when she interviewed the women at Joliet State Prison in Illinois that had killed their infant children. And after the interview, one of the women came up to her, this was one of Oprah's aha moments, and she said to her, I don't understand, why don't you hate us? And Oprah said to her, hate you? No, I don't hate you. See, because that's what you do with your anger, but I do something different with mine. I do something different with my anger today. I don't want to be a revengeful, angry, nasty human being. I could turn my life into that. I could turn my life into being all about that. I don't want that to be the case. I don't want my life to be filled with that. We're talking about maybe 20 people, 30 people versus thousands of people that sent me love and kindness, that sent a little dog, You're so upset that a little dog got more love than you felt you deserved in a moment. I'm sorry you didn't get that. I'm sorry the world is a shitty place sometimes and you didn't get the love you felt that you needed in that moment. I think that's shitty too. I do. I absolutely 100% believe that. Maybe treat the world a little bit more like the little dog did.
Oh my God, I can't handle him right now. The arrogance. The arrogance that he is exuding now. That is just so much. Oh my God.
There are people that have left comment after comment after comment on my video that have been so supportive and so loving and so kind through the years and never asked for anything in return. Never. That have given me this most magically amazing life, that send me DM after DM, checking on me, checking on my husband. Is this going out of focus? I feel like this is going out of focus. Not just on my darkest days, but just on an average Tuesday. Hey, was just thinking about you today. Wanted to see if you're okay, you know? I think that is unbelievable. And that speaks volumes about who you are out there. And you guys with hearts of gold out there, why does this keep on going in and out? You guys with hearts of gold out there, I feel like this is so completely out of focus, is it? I should just move outside. You inspire me. I'm not just grateful and thankful that you watch my videos. And I said the other day, I said, that has nothing to do with me. That is you. That is you people that have left all these comments and support and saying prayers to you and Alex and, little Boo Radley, and I always remember him. And, you know, Peter, I'm so sorry, and on and on and on. That says more about you than it does me, or than it does Boo Radley, than it does my husband. It says more about you. That in the moments of being chosen to offer grace or negativity, that you've chosen kindness and grace. I think that's a lesson to all of us in the world. You inspire me. You inspire me that in those moments, you choose grace and kindness. That's who I want to be. That's who I want to be. So thank you for that. Yeah, I would never wish that on anybody, that while they're going through the hardest times, that I would never wish that on anybody, you know? Anyway, so that was the emails that I got. From, of course, fake made-up email accounts that aren't even real. Welcome to my life sometimes. The beauty of my life is going through and reading the comments or the DMs that I get from people. And it's just, it's magical. I'm more than willing. You know, people ask me, they're like, I don't really focus that much on it at all until it's brought to my attention. First of all, I just want to make that very, very clear. Because people, I know a lot of times are like, Peter, why do you blah, blah, blah. That's why I asked, don't send it to me, okay? I mean, obviously, if somebody is sending me a very pointed email like that, it's because they want me to get the message. So the majority of you have kind of gotten it at this point. Very rarely do people send me stuff. But I think because I got the 2 emails, and then, anyway, some other people sent me stuff because I think they felt so bad about the whole Boo Radley stuff, so they let me know what was being said and whatever. That being said,
that was it. People were sending you emails with the links to the Reddit post so you can read over there? Okay, good to know. Anyway, I can't comprehend what was happening in this video. I think what we saw was gaslighting 1.0 or 1.1. He was laying the blame onto us, and he was again yelling at us, the viewers, and not even thinking in his role in this. Or just saying, well, I put my stuff out there. I have 7 channels. I record every day of my life. I will tell every minute of my life what I am doing. And yeah, there are some people who has comments about me. Not only good comments, but also bad comments. And that goes with the job. So that's it. But he is focusing so much on the negative. It is actually ridiculous. It is.
I think that there's so much positive to focus on in the world, and I think that's what I would rather focus on. And I'm grateful for you guys. And
so now we're going to read some comments under this video, shall we?
Thanks. I hope the world is kinder to you than you were to me. Has to be one of the most powerful things I've ever heard a person say to a hater. Inspirational.
Thanks to these horrible people who highlighted this feature for me. Now I can tip someone a cup of coffee to maybe brighten up his day. Take care, Peter.
Thank you, Peter, for being a better person than me. Those who harass you, especially around this time, are truly sick and miserable. I doubt I have enough emotional maturity to really wish them well. I more likely would wish they had the day they deserved, and may karma come back and hit them full force.
I'm so sorry you're having to defend yourself during this time. It's truly ridiculous. This is a YouTube channel. People need to understand that. My heart goes out for you, Peter and Alex. Wishing you healing.
And now let's go to his latest vlog.
So I said I was going to say something about this. I'm absolutely devastated about this. Did you guys hear about this Peanut the squirrel? Devastated. Devastated about it. I feel so bad for them. So for you guys that don't know, okay, here's Peanut the squirrel. He has 566,000 followers on Instagram. Okay, this little guy inspired me so much. And, I mean, they were parts of this foundation of raising money for rescue animals and all this kind of stuff. Well, it's kind of like, the story's kind of changed over time is what's happened. Is that at first, it was that, I think it's the Department of Environmental Conservation. They came and they took Peanut the squirrel, okay, who's a rescue squirrel off the streets of New York. Basically because you cannot own a squirrel as a pet in New York City, supposedly. I don't know much about this, okay? But now what's come out is that because of their hatred towards him, and it's like I talk about this stuff and people don't believe me. They're like, oh, well, it's just an opinion, and like opinions don't affect other people's actions, and you know, whatever. But anyway, their hatred towards him led to several people reporting to the Department of Environmental Concerns, and so they seized Peanut the squirrel, and they actually seized this Fred the raccoon as well, and here he is right here, and they euthanized both of them. So these two animals that had safe and secure homes, because haters out there were jealous of him, or were pissed at him, or for some reason, whatever, and he knows who they are. He actually posted some of their pictures. I think people sometimes forget that like, your Instagrams and your Facebooks that you leave open, and if you posted videos on YouTube and things like that, makes you a public figure and all that.
Actually, that is not how it works. If you have an Instagram, you are not automatically a public figure. This is what Wikipedia says about public figures. A public figure is a person who has achieved fame, prominence, or notoriety within a society through achievement, luck, action, or in some cases through no purposeful action of their own. So, if you have your Instagram open for everybody, you're not automatically a public figure. And it doesn't mean that everybody can use your pictures and your videos on your Instagram or TikTok or whatever.
That kind of like, people can post that stuff. Like, that's completely legit and legal to post that stuff. So he's posting some of it on his Instagram story. He has, and he's like, you know, because he's like, we're taking these people to court for, I mean, like, this animal lost his life as a result. These animals lost their lives as a result of people and their hatred towards him. It was nothing about him having a pet. And they're really pissed that the Department of Environmental Concerns, who is apparently not taking care of issues in their own state and county about other things that are bigger issues, that their concern is coming in and taking away a squirrel and putting him down. Like, that's their concern. A perfectly healthy squirrel, right? Breaks my heart. Absolutely breaks my heart. Makes me so sad. I just really, to be honest with you, I just don't understand the cruelty of the world sometimes. I just don't get it. I 100% do not understand it sometimes, you know? It almost kind of like gets you to the point where it's like, well, if you can't beat him, join him, you know? Like, if you can't, like, if you believe that, like, love always wins and kindness and compassion always wins and things like that, and it's like, it's kind of like if you can't beat him, join him, you know? That's not who I want to be. In this world, you know, at all. That's why I said in my video yesterday to anybody out there, you know, I was directly talking to some people, but I think to anybody, I like, you know, we say this in recovery a lot. Like, if I got treated based on Like, if we in recovery got what we deserved, we wouldn't be sitting here right now, you know, having the lives that we have. It kind of goes along with that. It's like, I hope the world treats you kinder than you've treated people. I do, you know. I am a believer in love and the power of kindness and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And
now let's go to a Reddit post. The poster in question voices my opinion much better than I can do, so I will read the post to you.
I have many thoughts on this manipulation. I can get on a roll because I'm passionate about learning how to spot narcissism. So forgive me for my soapbox dissertation. Just a disclaimer, narcissistic tendencies aren't the same as NPD. I think it helps to clarify the difference between narcissistic behavior, or narcissism in the general sense of the word, and the actual clinical diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder. Two are not the same. Only a licensed psychologist, APRN, or a psychiatrist, MD, can diagnose a patient with NPD. I am not that person. I do no diagnosing here. I am not a licensed anything. I never discuss his actual mental health status, even though he freely shares his shifting mental health issues and his alleged myriad of diagnoses. I'm mostly interested in discussing narcissistic tendencies in general and how people like him use manipulation to gain control over others. We all have narcissistic tendencies. We even have healthy narcissism. But some of us have an unhealthy dose of it that causes harm to others. That's what interests me. That's what brought me here. I saw how he treated his audience and how he manipulated them. He even manipulated me for a time. So here goes my 2 cents. He talked about the death of the raccoon and squirrel as it was connected to haters causing harm to animals. It was his attempt to accuse haters of causing terrible things to happen, like the death of animals. Many of his haters called his behavior into question, surrounding the care of his dying dog. He tried to flip the script. It was also an attempt to control and manipulate his fans by correlating the actions of haters with the death of innocent animals who would be alive if it weren't for haters and their hellbent opinions and actions. He said something like, opinions do cause harm. By the way, he should know that opinions cause harm. He has first-hand experience of his own opinions causing harm. He also wanted to cause controversy, confusion, and elicit strong reactions from his fans who are easily manipulated into believing he has a group of dangerous haters and stalkers out there that go around doing harmful things too. It's just reinforcing his old narrative in another distorted way. The healthier, respectful, and more compassionate choice would be to quietly grieve the death of his dog and thank those who cared about the dog, etc. Simple and effective. But he chose this approach because it gives him a false sense of control. His need for control and attention always wins. Other people will watch the same video and instinctively know he is full of shit. They'll call him out with wit or snark. This is my way of explaining what bullshit looks like. Edit. My husband came home during that video and asked if Peter was crying again. He also said it's unsafe to keep raccoons as pets because they cannot get proper veterinary care and they could get /spread rabies or worse. He's a biologist. He asked me to turn the video off because it aggravated him.
So here we go, and I totally agree with this Reddit post. So what do you all think about this? Leave your comments below and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.